Every Naga villages is an independent and sovereign institute. It is an autonomous and self-government administered, untouched by other nation and lived by their own. Nagaland lies between the parallels of 95 and 94 degrees east longitude and 25.2 and 27.0 degrees latitude north. It is home to a rich variety of flora and fauna. With the coming of good news, the practice of headhunting came to stop till 19th century. All the menfolk were brave warriors. Headhunting shows their bravery and power, so they killed one another villagers, which is kingdom. Naga proverbs and beliefs that, it is a man pride to sacrifice for his birthright and I shall never surrender nor compromise. The true patriotic of Nagas quotes, I am ready to sacrifice my life for the future generations of my nation Naga. Till 1832, when the British officers Captains Pemberton and Jenkins endeavored to open a communication through Naga Hills between Manipur and Assam. Nagas had no contact with the outside world, including that of Greater India, until the British colonization and rule of the area in the 19th century. The Naga political issue is not a case of secessionist insurgency but the true patriotic. Naga nation army cannot be called terrorist, but the other nation pretend to be overground army who involve in heinous crime, destruction and killed uncountable public since 1954 till now. Even to this day, they ambush innocent civilian few months at Outing village 2022 were terrorist act. Everyone is born with rights of living, to have a home, land and property. Likewise, Naga have right to live, and own property. In 1918, the Naga Memorandum to the British Simon Commission has been declared and described as the first collective expression of Nagas about their identity as separate people that they're not Indian. In 1946, Naga National Council formed in Waka, to safeguard and promote the interest of Nagas. The Naga political issue began long before India got its independence in 1947. So the subcontinent of India Union is a younger than Naga. It is a case of alien domination, subjugation and exploitation. The Indian Army has been terrorizing the Naga people since the invaded of the Naga Hills in 1954. The India should know the best about freedom and independence. After all, they fought against British for their independence and live under subjugation for more than 200 plus years. Over the 70 years past, the Nagas have taken a continued position for the independence. The Nagas are unique people different from India with their own featured language, culture, religion, land etc. Will India, the biggest democracy in the world, whose national slogan is, Satyameva Jayeta, meaning, truth alone shall triumph, renounce the illegal occupation, militarization, and colonization of the Naga nation. The Naga Club is agreed by many as the first pan-Naga organization. It was forged in battlefield of France in World War I. In July 1947, the Naga National Council (NNC) delegation meets Mahatma Gandhi at Bangi Colony, where Mahatma Gandhi said, Nagas have every rights to be independent. When we express the real meaning of union, it is very clear that union is the action of joining together or the fact of being joined together, especially in a political context. The close and similar words of union are association, federation, partnership, which we can describe union as willing or motivate to join a group. But when we look into Indo-Naga political issue, ironically the word union plays the opposite action and movement where Nagas were forced to participate in the Indian Union. The Indus Valley Civilization or Harappan culture civilization. It was a Bronze Age civilization in the northwestern regions of South Asia, lasting 3300 BCE to 1300 BCE, together with Egpyt and Mesopotamia. It was one of the three early civilization of the Near East and Southeast Asia. Its sites spanned an area from northeast Afghanistan and much of Pakistan to western and northwestern of India. With the rise of civilization, the inhabitants of Indus Valley begins to widespread their economic growth and development trending reached to western countries of British. Then the Britishers planned and formed East Indian Company to build a connections with them. They were supposed to reach their destination at Bay of Kutch, Gujarat. But unfortunately they missed and had reached Bay of Bengal. On reaching Bengal, they asked who were you. In replies, they said Calcutta High, which means we had cut yesterday. During their visitation they were more than 550 kingdoms in India's subcontinent. The clever British stood on one side and defeat the other one kingdom after the other and called them British Indian Empire.
Nagas were never conquered nor included during the British Indian Empire. Naga Hills were administered as excluded area under British colonization. The Naga people had fought against the East Indian Company Act, the Great Battle of Konama, Kikruma, and Free Village from British Administration Yoruba Village. Free Naga Zone Naga Country at Eastern Nagaland, Myanmar, Burma.
In 1956 AFSPA came into force and many inhuman acts and incidents that Indian Army did to Nagas. Indian Army forcibly gathered the Naga folks and were killed mercilessly, tortured to death, slaughter, burned alive after severe beaten, buried alive, beaten to death, mass raped, sacrilegiously raped many teenagers, girls and pregnant women. Women molested, butchered, beheaded. All the properties and villages were burned down to ashes. The Naga tribesmen had fought against the East Indian Company Act, the Great Battle of Konama, Kikruma, and Free Village from British Administration Yoruba Village. Free Naga Zone, Naga Country, at Eastern Nagaland, Myanmar, Burma. British came to Naga Hills only for two reasons, to communicate Manipur and Assam connectivity, and also to stop killing the farmers at Tea Estate at Assam. After the leave of British, Naga had continues to live as by their own and independent just as before. India offer numerous facilities but Naga refused to accept. Naga never joined the Union of India. So the India kept the Naga Hills called External Affairs till 1962. The American mission World Peace Alliance mission bring reconciliation between India and Naga. Then the state of Nagaland was born by forced. NNC never surrender under Indian Union. No doubt Naga belong to Mongolia race. Do humanity and morality no longer exist or mean anything? When will the people rise and stand for truth and humanity? And say, no to colonization? God bless my Nagaland. Kunalam.